What's going on? It's your man, DJ Big Mike.
It's your boy, TJ, the mayor.
And this is Beyond the Tracks podcast.
Your podcaster's favorite podcast. Guess who's back in this? Hi.
I thought you was gonna drop like the whole, guess who's Bazak? I thought you was gonna drop the whole.
Besides Hov and Face?
Yeah.
No, I'm back, man. It's TJ the mayor,
Bro.
a.k.a. TJ the Hail to the Victors Valiant, a.k.a. Vacation Poppy. Since you always the vacation god.
Vacation Poppy, I love it. He finally got one.
Yeah, there's a difference. You take a vacation a week here, a week there. I just took a month off,
Yeah, pretty much.
I took a month off. I'm okay with it. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, bro. I'm happy to have you back.
I'm happy to be back.
We missing RO tonight, though.
We are, man. But he wanted to be here for the
the reunion.
The reunion, like we all did a bunch of different shit.
Right. That's what it feels like, though. It feels like it's the reunion. The man, the myth, the producer is back. We're gonna have some quality podcasts now. It ain't gonna, I did.
No, you did your thing.
I did the damn thing, but you are the man.
I like all that for little old me. I like that
for you, bro.
Oh man, golfers clap.
And hold on, let me hit you with a. Okay. Yeah, let's go.
What's going on, people? I'm back, man. I'm back. I've been gone for a minute. I've been doing a little bit of. A little bit of stuff on my end, and I came to do some podding right here.
We pod.
We're going to pod.
We pod.
Yeah, before we go any further, because I haven't done this in a while, let's get some sponsorship going, because I got to shout out my people.
Bro, I just want to let you know, I know you've seen the pod, and I said Berkeless.
You did. Very well.
I was practicing.
It's funny that you can do that, but JC's Quality Construction,
that's the same thing.
You butcher every time.
That's the same thing Rome said. He was like, how you gonna get that right on your first try? But you've been doing JC stuff for 7 years.
Right.
You can't get it together. Hey.
Well, let's shout out 8 Mile Vodka, Mikey Shu, the Berkeley brothers, the Tomey brothers, and everybody over there at 8 Mile Vodka. They are in the middle of re-upping right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ever since they won Double Gold, the award-winning vodka, it has been flying off the shelf, and they are in the middle of restocking their warehouse right now, and it's just going to be just in time for the holidays, which is a good thing. So shout out to 8 Mile Vodka, man. That's a good thing when you running out of shit.
Yeah,
I mean that means it could be worse.
I'll just say this:
you could have a warehouse full of shit,
right? It probably won't happen again.
No,
yeah, it ain't gonna happen again. They're ready.
No, you know what? I'm gonna put this on them. I'm gonna put this on them because they 8 Mile Vodka.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Facts.
They need that because they've been doing their thing and they have been working tirelessly to get everything back on the shelves for the good people to get it, man. It's been a hot commodity too. I like Jake. Shout out my boy Jake Elmer, man. Jake's Lawn Service. Jake's been posting every time he finds a bottle.
I know.
I got it. It's just about to start moving on eBay for like $100 a bottle.
I told Mikey. I said, I gotta connect. He said, you gotta connect, and I said, yeah, I can get two bottles of 8 Mile like right now. He was like, oh yeah, and I was like, yeah, I'm debating on whether I should sell it for $60.
Yeah.
I said I know I got a whole bunch of bottles, so I might start selling. When liquor goes off the shelves and they start just selling the bottles for like $20.
Yep.
I was like, oh, we can make a killing.
I really wanted. I just went to Arizona. Just got back from Arizona. What I wanted to do is I wanted to allegedly pack some bottles with me on my check bags and bring it. You know what I mean, for the holiday season. I spent Thanksgiving out in Arizona, and I to toast some stuff up and all that stuff, man. And people ask me too. That was one of the first things that people asked me when I got around my peoples. Hey, man, did you bring that vodka?
You ain't bring that?
What vodka?
Oh, you should have hollered at your boy.
I mean, I yeah.
Should have hollered. I wouldn't have taxed you.
No, I'll be back there. I'll bring some
I would have
stuff.
charged you $35 a bottle just for storage fees and stuff.
I got it. What you got over there for shout outs and good sponsorship, good brother?
Man, let's do it. We got JC from JC Quality Construction, Jason Cole. He does everything from the 2x4 to the key to the front door. He does the indo and the outdoor. So hit him up at 734-652-9715. And if you mention Beyond the Tracks podcast, he might give you 20% off. I know he'll give you 15% off
for sure
of all materials. But if you mention TJ the Mayor and DJ Big Mike in the next 24 hours, he will give you 20% off all materials.
I like it. That's something new. That's something new.
Yeah.
I do want to just real quick. I mean, he does the indo and outdoor. We are still talking about building.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did because why are you making? I was about to say, why are you making JC's Quality Construction seem like they the dope man?
Well,
I want to talk to Samson. Also,
why did I know that? Why did I know that was coming?
Well, and he just got done doing some incredible stuff at my house, man. I love it. I love it so much, man. I got the can lights in now. I modernized my living room. New fan, new can lights, new electric, new outlets. My TV, you can't see any wires anymore. They're in the wall. So it's just, it really is. It modernized everything. And it just, with the babies running around and stuff, the least amount of cords, the better. So that was dope. And everything's a lot more safe in my living room now.
They'll find another one.
We're not going there.
It'll be a headphone cord or something.
We're not going there. We'll talk about it here in a minute. So we also have We Handle Candles. I got the caramel apple in front of me right now. There's been a lot of cool, crazy stuff that they've been using. And how, through the holiday season, they had a really good, the Big Witch Energy Halloween stuff.
They got all kinds of dope Christmas stuff.
Oh, the Christmas stuff is going to be crazy. I'll have that. Probably we're going to do it. We got a Christmas special coming up, so we're going to have that for the Christmas special. He will be in here also. So spooky films. He'll be in here, and so he'll be able to talk about the new stuff they got coming up too. Big Mike, what else you got over there?
Oh man, as always, my man Cheat Design, Lloyd Cheatham. You can hit him up at cheat-designs.com for your one-off customs. He is also working on a new, he said like what did he say? How did he put it? Basically some stuff that can be reproduced but still has his flair on it. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be dope. As you see, I got one of his joints on again today.
I love it. I love that, man.
But yeah, he's got some new stuff coming out, like literally, me and him been working on the line together. And he was showing me this line, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm putting my shit on hold because it's fire."
You gotta wait till springtime,
bruh,
because his winter shit's about to knock your tongues off.
This new hoodie line, just the hoodies. His dead face character,
the dead face man with the stitch joint. That I love that. I can't wait to get one, man. We've talked about it.
It's and the way he's layering designs is fire. Like I don't want to give too much away. Just listen, people, I'm telling you, if you want some dope clothes that nobody has, hit up Lloyd Cheatham at Cheat Designs, cheat-designs.com. Mm-hmm. We'll be posting up some a new website as well soon for him because he's going to be shipping them out.
Yes.
So it's dope. Yeah.
Lloyd, you just do so many incredible things, man. I love it. I love it. I love, and I'm not gonna lie. Like I have, this. People might not know this, but when I was gone for a little bit, part of me being gone, was almost escaping the hustle and bustle of what we do. You know what I mean? Everybody has to reset, and even though I'm still in tune with a lot of different things, especially this last 2 weeks, being out of town, everybody. You guys know me, and you guys love me, and you know how big this was for my family. So for us to be able to get away and not even people not hit me up about shit, you know what I mean?
I hit you up.
Obviously, for
Not-
some
not-
necessary reasons,
not a
though. It's just one time you hit me up. But what I'm saying is,
I let you mellow.
no, you did, and I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody for doing that. But what came out of that is when I came back into town, I started hitting people up. It's like I just love the fact how many people that I mess with have so many things that they're doing, and I didn't realize how fast things move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being gone for a couple of weeks. I mean, and that's the age we're in right now is everything's boom, boom, boom. Last week is not this week.
Right.
You know what I mean? This week ain't going to be next week as far as the way people move with their products and what they're doing. And I was like, man, things are popping off. It's great. One thing I want to talk about real quick that's happened since I've been gone, and it's going to be coming up next week on Wednesday. We're doing a toy drive. Shout out to Deb Stalegrave. Yes. Deb, we talked about the co-op before, you know what I mean? And part of the co-op, part of the things that we do in the co-op is we give back to the community. And Deb came to the co-op and when I was gone, and I did get the information on that, and I just got done talking to her before we came up here to pod. But so Deb Stalegrave is doing a toy drive, and I'll bring this up. I'm gonna put it on the screen too, but real quick, I'll put this up for the people to see, but it'll also be on the screen here coming up. But yes, so it'll be a toy drive on Wednesday, December 7th from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. What they're trying to do is they're trying to fill as many trucks as possible with toys. If you bring non-perishables or you bring, they have to be unwrapped new toys to fill the truck. We're going to be there from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Me and DJ Big Mike will actually be there from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. that day.
I will be there.
Yeah, so at Deb's Floral Designs, which is on 1379 North Monroe Street, Monroe, Michigan, 48162. That's Wednesday, December 7th, once again, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Bring your unwrapped new toys, your non-perishable food, or toiletries. That's another thing, because what they're trying to do is we're trying to get the kids, toys and stuff, toiletries for people that, are less fortunate, or they might be homeless, or, whatever the case may be, non-perishables for people that everybody deserves to have a good Christmas and eat good. It ain't just about gifts. It's about sitting together with family and friends and breaking bread. So something really, really cool Deb put together, man, and brought it to the co-op, and we all jumped on it. So big shout out to Deb Stalegrave. Big shout out to Tino Amaya for helping bring this to the co-op. He invited her. She had reached out to him, and he said, "Oh, I got the perfect group for you." And brought Deb in, and really cool things happening like that. It's the giving season, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And we're fortunate enough to be in the position to help out. That's, you know what I mean? That's a part of your life where you feel like, hey, you know what? I remember having to be one of those kids or whatever, right? So this is a really cool way to give back and to make sure that, one thing we always preach about, being in our community and taking care of our community. Well, this is part of it. You know what I mean? I just love it. So that's one thing that I while I was gone, some things formulated, and I'm so glad to be a part of it. I'm so glad that the whole crew, everybody, BTT, Brain Jerk, Dev Group, Allen Chevrolet, Launch 734, Monroe Nutrition, Spooky Films, Kim Ruiz, D-Mills Boxing. If I'm forgetting somebody, please
I would say
jump in.
You threw them all out there. Yeah.
Everybody's been helping out with this IWR. I was just at the
I-
IWR event because we just had a little short meeting before the IWR event. Shout out to Gary Paulette and IWR. They're actually doing a drive while they're there to start this off. You don't have to just do it that day, but there will be a couple of different events happening in between time where we are putting out the word. And if you have something, bring it. Because they were doing a non-perishable drive, I believe, for the IWR tonight as well. Yeah. So, it's been great. It's been really great.
Before we jumped on, I seen some pictures. And I just want to say, too, man, like this December 7th, it's one day. So please mark your calendars, bring some things out. But I also want to tell people, if you can't bring things out that day, don't hesitate to bring something in later. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people is like, it's one day. But if you can't make it to the next day, bring whatever you can.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Nobody's going to turn down something cool that you're doing for our community.
Right. Facts.
Deb was just on, if you guys didn't catch it, Deb was on, is it called Class? Remember the IC Gray
Yep.
class, community learning about sharing space with Aaron Lavender, Stephen Pietzak. They had Deb on. She explained it a little bit. You can hear it from her. So if you go back and check out the last episode of that, you can hear it. She's actually from there. You can hear it from her mouth herself. And what better person to help put this on than a councilwoman, right?
Right.
That's one of the cool things me and Deb was talking about tonight, because we were talking about, and I don't want to say too much of what we talk about, but one of the really cool things that we love about Deb is that Deb's her every day, right? So on your birthday, on my birthday, on Jesus' birthday, Deb's Deb. and Deb comes straight from the hip, which I love, and everybody loves that about her. And we were talking about that, and we were talking about how, she is what we think a city council woman or man should be. She's at IWR. She's trying to get involved. She's doing stuff at other places with other different people. She's done stuff at local restaurants and different things. We see her out in the community. You know what I mean? And that's a real huge thing.
Something that I didn't realize, unfortunately, until she did become or was running actually for the councilwoman seat, was that she does a lot of this stuff all the time. You're just now starting to kind of hear about it because she's kind of in the limelight, because she is a councilwoman. She does represent, the council well. So, shout out to Deb Stelgrave. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I was thinking about running against you, but I can wait. I can wait and be patient.
No, and that's one of the topics that came up too, is when you guys are from the same district. And one thing that I even said to her tonight, and I won't name the person's name, but people that know a little bit of politics in Monroe, like we were happy that somebody took that spot that is changing what that spot is, without talking down or anything. It's just that it was the change that I think that we needed to go forward for what we needed for that district and for the rest of the city council members. You know what I mean? They're starting to move in a direction. Not saying they didn't before, but
right.
There's some certain elements that have to, in my opinion, that have to be touched on, and I think that she's doing a great job of that.
Yes.
So
I definitely agree. So I'll wait till 20, what would it be, 20, maybe 2027. I'll wait. Deb, you'll probably be ready to give up the reins by then. I'll wait. I'll be patient.
Or you can do like me. I'm TJ the mayor. I didn't have to get elected. I didn't have to. True. Nobody had to vote.
I can just start calling myself Councilman Madison.
Hey,
I'm not going to tell you what I'm the councilman of, but I don't know what you're the mayor of. I mean,
Whoville. I'm the mayor of Whoville.
I love it.
Christmas time is coming up.
It is coming.
And we've already been on Christmas movies, and our first movie, man, that we put on was when we got back from Arizona. It was just family night, and we're all sitting there, and we're just kind of settling down from the trip and everything. The Grinch Stole Christmas, bro. the one with Jim Carrey. It's like, man, that is just a great one. I shouldn't even brought that up because we have a whole Christmas special.
I'll say we're not
coming up in a couple weeks. We're not gonna
get too deep into Christmas today.
No, but
I want to get on, because you don't get them very often. I want to get into your vacation, man. I want to know exactly what you did, who you seen. I know we got peoples out there. You got peoples out there. So I just want to get into that.
Bro, let me tell you. So it was the first time the girls flew on a plane, my daughters. It was the first time they got to meet their great-grandparents and their grandfather and their uncle and their cousin.
I never thought about that.
Yep, because they were born during COVID time, so it was hard to travel. And then you would think that it would be better.
Wow, that just touched me because I didn't even realize that this was the first time that they seen them.
Yeah. Man, there's so many great pictures. Go on my Facebook, man. There's so many great pictures. Seriously, it's a great moment, man. That's good shit. That's good shit. Actually, this weekend we're gonna go kick it with my dad, and he hasn't seen him in a while. But yeah, just seeing stuff like that, man. That's the what's the word I'm looking for? Epitome? Of
the pinnacle.
That's the pinnacle of our trip.
Yeah.
Am I gonna have fun and go see my peeps? Absolutely.
For sure.
That was the pinnacle of my trip, and I didn't realize that was gonna be the pinnacle of my trip. But I did get to see Lunatic Radio.
I was gonna say
Kieran McCann.
Did y'all kick it?
Man, we got to kick it, man. We went over his brother's Kev's house, Fat Kev. I got to see a lot of my peeps, man. We went over there a couple different days. We brought the girls over there one day. So everybody else's kids were over there, and everybody,
Kieran
my
ready
boy
to have
Josh.
a couple?
No. No, he's actually good.
I thought maybe that would motivate him.
Let me speak something. Let me speak about Kieran for a second, man. Kieran's been doing so many incredible things. I think I can talk about it a little bit more now since it's done. It will be coming out soon. So Kieran went out to New York, man. Shout out to Chris Italia and everybody over there at the Stand Comedy Club, which is a staple for comedy clubs in Manhattan, Union Square. Union Circle, Union Square. I don't know if it's a square or circle, but it's Union something in Manhattan.
It's a Union shape.
It's Union.
Yeah.
So we went out there, man. Chris has his own like network happening and all this different stuff, and he called Kieran out to do some interviews. You know, he interviewed, I believe, Jim Gaffigan, Ari.
Dope.
Excuse me.
Go and get
I got that burp in there.
Go and get it.
Ida Rodriguez. You know what I mean? All these different people. These are big conglomerate, like big time comedians, and he got to host it. So it's going to be a bunch of pieces they're going to be putting out throughout the year, and it's basically it's revolves around the Stand Comedy Club. So they're all kind of telling stories about the Stand. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because the Stand is the new Stand. See, they changed buildings. They got something different. They all have stories like. You know, Dave Chappelle goes there all the time and works in material. Chris Rock goes there all the time.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart there's always an infamous story I've told before on here about Kevin Hart. The reason why he picked the Stand to go to is because his wife loves the food.
Right.
Because Chris Italia always keeps the best food in his comedy club. Always.
I think
we've talked about that before. Yeah.
I couldn't remember if me and Rome was talking about it or me and you, but yeah, it's I say all the time, man. I look at some of them damn pictures. I'm like, bro, this is a restaurant that just happens to have some dope ass comedy.
Actually, the last podcast that I recorded, which we didn't ever put out, that's when we talked about it.
Yeah,
That'll be a bonus. We'll put out a bonus podcast soon.
Yeah.
Just for.
I think I
shits
did
and
put out
giggles.
the audio though.
You did put out the audio. You can check us out on Spotify, iTunes Radio, or what is it called? iTunes. I don't even know Apple shit. iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio.
Yeah, we're on all them.
All that stuff. You
Google
can go check
Play.
it out. I think it's called comedy.
Just listen to all.
It's called something comedy.
Yeah, just listen to all of them.
Because we had the comedy show coming up at that time down here at Amaya's, Friday Funnies.
Yeah.
So I got to kick it with Kieran, man, and his whole family, and they're all just they're beautiful, man. I love them people. That's my family.
I have yet to meet Kieran, but I feel like I know him.
Well, we've talked about
brother.
this.
You know what I'm saying?
With all the moves that he's making now, like he's gonna be a lot more free to be able to move around. He's coming here.
Dope.
We know that he's coming here. We just got to get a date. But yeah, so I got to see them, and I got to go holler at Cuz, Robert Joe. I got to go holler at
you hit the
Rico
new gym?
Hoy. Yes, because
did you hit a bag or three?
3, and that was it. And I was done. So I went to Against the Ropes, Hoy Boxing Club at Against the Ropes, in Chandler, Arizona, which is literally right down the street from my first condo I lived in when I moved to Arizona. It's literally a block away, which would have been so much better because when he had old school boxing, I used to drive like. It was like 45 minutes one way, just because the timing, it's traffic, and Arizona traffic is crazy.
It was only 2 miles, but it took you 45
Bro,
minutes.
I could have, right, it was, yeah. But I could have literally jogged for my warm-up to Against the Ropes, where he's at. Beautiful gym. They have actually 2 gyms in the plaza. One's more of a boxing style. One's has a boxing ring in it, but it's more of the fitness style.
Okay.
Man, it's beautiful. I met Chris when. So let me backtrack. Before I left, we had a boxing event here at the ALCC.
He brought some kids.
Yep.
Over to ALCC.
Yeah. The Opportunity Center, man. So our Jokes and Jams crew and MCOP and Joe's ALCC Boxing Club, we all got together and threw a boxing event, and we flew Rico Hoy and his boxing club out for this. It was an amateur event. Really dope stuff, man. And he got to come out, so I got to meet Chris, who is the owner of the gym. Okay. And well, they're partners in it. So right. It's them two and another lady that I met when we were out there. And yeah, so they got some really cool stuff. I got to go chill with Cuz, man. He was in the middle of training when I walked in too, which I love seeing that. Because like when you see Rico in his element,
right?
You know what I mean? I get that feel because I did it for 3 years.
Yeah.
Out there with him, you know what I mean? And it brought immediately. I walk in and it just brought back those feels of, oh man, I'm here. Like I almost started taking off shit and getting in the ring with my fat ass. For real. I actually did get in the ring and moved around a little bit to show some of the youngsters like, yeah, don't get fooled by this belly I got.
Maybe that's what I need.
Ooh.
Boxing as exercise, not as,
Why not?
I ain't trying to knock nobody's ass out. But
So get with D Mills.
yeah.
Right? Or get with Tony Anderson, or get with Todd Riggs, or get with Keith Vining. You want me to keep going?
I think I would.
Because they're all down there.
Don't you think I would enjoy that?
J.R. Brinson, they're down there.
JR.
Yeah, J.R. was about to start doing something, right?
And I don't remember what happened. I don't know if.
I know he was doing that as a garage for a little bit, and now
they had a little spot at one point. That's where I went, and I really enjoyed it.
Oh, him and Mickey.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hit the pads with Mickey, and I enjoyed it. Matter of fact, man, I believe I bought gloves, wraps, the whole nine. They're in storage. I don't remember what happened with that, but yeah, maybe D Mills. Holla at your boy, man. Don't hurt me. Don't start me out a little slow. I'm a little swole, but yeah, let's get together.
Yeah, man.
I think I'd enjoy that.
D Mills is like.
You think I'd ever be able to take Rico though? No.
I got in the ring one time. A couple of different times, but I got in the ring with him one time.
Maybe if he broke a hip and an elbow, then I might be able to get with him a little bit.
It was one of them things where I know that at any given time, if he wanted to, he can get me out of there.
Right.
Why even joke? Why even think in my head, joke myself, try to fool myself into, no, man, he's older now. No. I've seen this guy move.
He still got the mangles?
It's different.
Hey, you need another beer?
That's what I was looking for right there. Is that
because I'll get you another one.
I'm not drinking beer. That's soda. So I'm on some different shit, man. I got soda water with key limes that my girl's dad gave me. He has a key lime tree out there.
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
No, man, dude, and they're so good. They're so good. No bullshit, man. Like when I was drinking beer out there, like because they all drink Coors Light. I'm not drinking Coors Light. I don't drink that. But when in Rome, right? But if you take that fucking key lime and you cut it in half and you in the fucking Coors Light, oh, it got me cussing and everything right now. Like, no, for real. It tastes like, how like Bud Light limes and these different things try to do the flavor? It made Coors Light taste immaculate. Yeah. But that's what I'm drinking on. But anyway.
I'm not gonna try it.
I got in the ring with him once. I got a video of it and everything. So we're moving around. He's trying to figure out moving with me to help me more how to move around in the ring because I stand up straight. You know what I mean? It's just because I was older and my knees I got knee problems. I can't always get down. So anyway, we're going over stuff like that and I'm throwing stuff out and I'm just I knew I was holding back because I was nervous of trying to figure out distance and different things like that. And finally, man,
you were scared.
Yeah, but finally I started realizing when things start clicking what he teaches you, you start doing them back. And I realized at one point, I'm doing exactly what he told me not to do. I'm predictable. So, for example, like some people get in a rhythm where it's a pat, pat, pat. They move a certain way. Then pat, 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 pat.
Right.
Moves, then they go back to the pat, pat, pat. And they move the same way. They step out of it because they're in their mind, they've been practicing this. And I've realized that's why he keeps hitting me. You know what I mean? Right. That's why and he's not damaging me, but it's like he's trying to tell me without telling me. I know what you're doing before you do it.
Right.
Once I figure that out,
you know what that's called?
What?
That's called a professional fighter.
Absolutely.
That's the difference between him and Joe Mack on the street, who just is known for knocking folks out here and there.
Exactly. Yes, like all them MMA fools that try to do. Anyway.
Right.
But yeah, and I once I realized that we're in the middle of I want to say maybe the second round, and I got a shot on him, a body shot, and it was clean, it was nice, you know what I mean? And he went, oh, and I said, shit. Cuz I didn't mean to hit you like that, but he wasn't hurt. It was just he was just like, oh, now I can go. Exactly. Now he was like, okay, now you've graduated, so now I can actually go a little bit more with you. Right. And I was just like, oh shit, there's more. But man, he's a great. This is what I love about, and I'm gonna keep calling Robert Joe because that's Cuzzo and that's what we call him. But his boxing name Rico Hoy. One thing about Robert Joe that I can't get over and I love so much is he was a great fighter. He's a great coach, but just a better mentor.
Yeah.
Like he's coaching life inside that ring. And it's one of the coolest things to watch, man. He had this high school kid in there when I went there to Arizona last week, man. And he had this high schooler in there. And it was like the way that they respond when he speaks, like, that's huge, man. That's huge. That's not just a coach who's like, yeah, okay, coach. Like he's got these kids
he ain't doing
that are honed in,
He
man.
ain't doing it just because he loves to do it or he wants to make money. He's doing it with a purpose.
Absolutely.
We always talk about purpose, right?
Absolutely.
That is his purpose. Like everything that he went through in life that's now his purpose.
Exactly.
And it makes so much sense. Like I probably haven't talked to him in person in 5 years, but
What?
I bet you, yeah, not in person. Oh. Not in person. Well, I take that back. No, yeah, I tell you this, it was well before COVID. Grab me one of them there, two there, homie there, over there. Yeah, I haven't talked to him in person. I want to say he had come down. He was in town for something. I think he was going to Grand Rapids or somewhere to do a speaking engagement. And he happened to stop down at the center, and I just happened to be down there. And we kicked it for a little bit. But I miss him. I miss bruh. Like, we haven't – like, he comes into town. Like, when he came in for the boxing thing, I had a wedding, so I didn't get a chance to chop it up with him. I know I was trying to get with him the next day, but he was dipping out. So, yeah.
Yeah, and he asked about you too, because you know we're Chemo. Everybody call you Chemo because
Chemo.
Duran was standing there and stuff. And
he's one of the few that can still call me that.
Duran almost shut down the whole. This is afterwards. Duran almost shut down the whole gym.
What Nice do?
I thought FBI was coming in.
We was just talking about Nice and how he always be sharp.
Nice is always sharp, but not only sharp looking. When he gets going, he is one of the funniest dudes. Like doing the dozens back and forth.
Yeah,
it's hard to mess with Nice because I don't know. Like he'll just get in the zone, and you're not gonna sleep that night. You're gonna be thinking about shit.
Yeah,
like
he'll bring something out from 1988.
Right? Chemo, come, but so Nice is. We've been talking about this since I moved back. I got the audio book of Behold a Pale Horse. It's a classic book.
Great book.
About the almighty eye in the sky. We'll just say, right, that what moves. I want to say it's considered a conspiracy book, right? But anyway, everybody has a story.
I'm gonna get us to Nice. Let me see if
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And so and I got the audio book, and he's like, "Cuz you got to have the book," and I'm like, I would rather have the book, the physical copy. So we talk about it every time we get together. Oh, I still got to give you that book. He always brings it up. We're at the boxing event because he had brought some books for Robert Joe to take back to Arizona with him. And he goes to hand me Behold a Pale Horse and tells like, oh, shit. And then once people like start looking, they're like, oh, shit. And I'm like, no. And I put it underneath my jacket. I'm like, FBI is going to come get me like today if they know I have this book. Like that book reminds me of the Book of Eli. When all they're trying to do is chase that book.
Bro,
they're trying to chase that King James Bible.
I was thinking that same thing.
And everybody's after it. And even tells like, even Robert Joe was like, cause he's like, I've read it a couple times, but I don't actually have the copy. He's like, man, I want to jack you for it right now. And I'm like, cuz you got on dress shoes. You don't do that right now. Mm-mm. And then literally Anthony came over and put him in a figure four. It was great. It, like they were kids again. Anthony came over and put him in a figure four. It was fucking great.
Put Rob?
Yeah.
Oh, hell.
Yeah.
What the hell? Y'all was out there clowning.
We was clowning, man. It was a great event.
I love it.
It was a great event, man. It was a great event, man. Shout out to Stephanie Kasperzak. And she has, and we still got to talk about her book and bring her up here.
Oh, for sure.
I actually brought it out there for Robert Joe. Matter of fact, so
we'll talk about after we're done potting. We'll talk about some ventures that I want to get into, but remind me because I'm gonna forget.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. So shout out to Stephanie. Shout out to Todd Riggs. Shout out to Keith Vining, J.R. Brenton, Tony Anderson, everybody over there at Joe's ALCC.
Yeah, they're doing it nice.
Man, it was such a great event, man. Seriously, shout out to Caitlin Kyle for helping me behind the bar and the whole Jokes and Jams crew. Everybody did great, man, and it was so dope. Bronco was there as the pro ambassador. Man, nice. It was just such a great event. We had a belt. We gave Aaron Carter a belt. We got an MVP belt.
Dope. I did see belts, and I was wondering like how that worked out, but
yeah.
That's dope.
That's what it was. Is while we were putting it together, Aaron Lavender, him and Todd was like, man, it'd be dope if we like these kids had something to, a big time trophy to look for because they're amateurs. They don't get belts.
Everybody gets medals, but
right?
They don't get
when they're
belts.
amateurs, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? So
that's dope.
So yeah, they put together a belt, man, and it was so dope. Aaron Carter, who was the last fight, and he's waiting to turn pro. He could turn pro any day he wants to. I know that he kind of wants to fight Olympics, so I think that's what he's holding off for because you can't go pro and then fight Olympics. So I think that's what he's waiting for. But he ended up being the last fight, won the MVP of the night. Beautiful event, man.
He had the belt. Is he the one that had the belt?
Yeah, he's the one that won it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I seen pictures of that.
Yep.
Like I said, I didn't realize at the time that they were going to give out belts. I how anymore, man, you can get online and order a belt. So I didn't know if that was the case or if it was presented to him. But yeah, just when I heard that they presented it, I was like, that is dope.
I believe Aaron and Todd actually designed the belt. I'll have to ask them because him, AJ, Todd, Stephanie, they pretty much headed this thing up. All we did was facilitate. Do what we do and throw a dope event and help out any way we can. Oh, shout out to Kim, too, for helping out.
That's dope.
But, yeah, all these people helped out. Jonina, everybody helped out. Like, the community helped out. You know what I mean? Jamie Rose, like, there was just people helping. Faye, everybody just helped out. It was a community thing. It wasn't you didn't have to be affiliated with some of these certain groups.
Jeff was in the building.
Jeff Copey helped out so big. We wouldn't have made it without him. The bar, as far as the bar, we wouldn't have made it without him.
Shout out to Jeff Copey.
Jeff hooked us up. Solid, bro. Solid. That's my man's. I love that.
Hey, bro, ain't that dude always, it seems like he's always in the right place at the right time. Always.
Bro.
Like he just knows.
He just knows.
I love it.
And he's just, I pop up at your party. I'm with the gang. He pops up on you, and it's just the most perfect timing all the time.
And always genuine. Always genuine.
And then, right when you need that conversation, you just so happen to run into Jeff, and you have that conversation.
Facts.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Man, this is another shout-out podcast. I get it.
But yeah.
Yeah, just recapping when I've been gone, man, and all this different stuff. Yeah. And we had like I said, we had a good time in Arizona. Girls' first flight, that we made it through it, which we were nervous. We were very, 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 very.
I tell you what,
man,
just the pictures alone, like I was tearing up.
Bro, I got 200 pictures I haven't even put
Dana
out.
was like, "What?" Like I can't remember if she said, "Are you tearing up or something?" But I'm thinking in my head like, this is so amazing. My nieces are not even 2. They're taking their first trip on an airplane. Like, this is just dope. Like, they're not going to remember probably a damn thing, but that's just dope.
No, it was just moments.
And then I was like, I hope they're not like the typical kids on planes where they're crying and shit the whole flight.
No, no. I mean, they had their it's the first time they're flying, so they're trying to figure out, why can't I get up and walk around? Why can't I do certain things? And it was past their bedtime. We did a red eye on purpose, hoping they would sleep, but they weren't ready because one thing we didn't factor in is they're 20 months old. They are 100% curious. So this is the first thing they've never seen something like that. They've never been in an airport, seen that many people. They've never seen a plane. They love swiping the screen on the the back of seats.
I don't usually see those because I can't afford that kind of stuff. But I'm just messing with you.
No, you know what, people? You guys are fucking up by not paying a couple extra bucks and flying Delta. I'll just say it. Spirit shit. I don't care. They don't sponsor us. When they sponsor us, then I'll be like, man, Spirit's actually kind of good because I'll find something for it to be good about, but they don't pay us some money.
Well, they're getting ready to be sold. So
yeah, well, American Airlines is okay. No, Delta it is, man. Delta it is.
Delta gets the golfer's clap for me.
They always. That's the only thing Sam will fly. She won't fly nothing else.
I'm gonna fuck with Spirit only because of my homeboy. But
yeah,
other than that,
JJ's the jet plane. But guess what? He don't even fly Spirit. he flies as in drives the plane.
He drives the plane, but when he wants to travel,
when he's traveling,
he chilling over on Delta. Don't tell people that he might get. Nah,
we ain't said his last name. Fuck it.
He ain't gonna get fired. He got seniority.
They did good. And you know what's really cool, man? This African couple, we were waiting at the gate, and the girls are starting to get a little bit restless because it's past their bedtime. You know what I mean? So obviously they're getting a little bit restless. And this African couple, man, sweet gentleman, man, sweet lady. They had a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, just turned 2, and the 4-year-old, he's done this before. You can tell he's excited about it. He knows what's going on. He's trying to hype up his little sister, and we get to talking because we're in the same thing. And I said, "Is it her first time?" Yeah, her first time. He's already fast. I can tell, And they put us on in that short 15 minutes. They put us on to some cheat codes.
Dropped you some quick gems.
Some gems, and they worked. And I'm like, ha, boom. And shout out to my homegirl, Ashley. Her and Ben, they took their kid for the first time maybe a couple years ago. And they were telling me different things to do, and that worked too. But yeah, man, one thing I learned about my babies is they're bottomless pits. If you just keep feeding them, they'll keep eating.
And that's what I was wondering about, because I don't have this problem as often, but Dana, every time she flies, her ears pop, and it hurts. So I think of kids who can't, do
they don't know how to
tricks.
do the young thing,
right?
Yeah.
How'd they handle that?
Well, so this is what we were told to do, and we did it, and it worked. Is
feed them.
We feed them, so when they're eating or they're sucking on something, that helps, right? That helps the pressure. Well, we started feeding them too early because they were just getting restless. And now they're full. And I'm like, perfect timing. Give them the sippy cups because now they're sucking. The takeoff didn't bother them. They were just kind of like, oh, what's this about? Right. They almost started putting their hands up like it was a roller coaster. They're like, hey,
this motherfucker's moving.
Yeah, they thought we were on the swing set or something. You know what I mean? Right. And then the only landing on the way there, one of my daughters, she held her ear a little bit, kind of looking around confused, so we can tell it was getting to her. But by that time, they were so tired that they were just kind of like, I'm too tired to fucking throw a fit.
I'm just going to chill.
And then we got there, and we got to Grandma and Grandpa's house, man, and then they just turn up. It was, let's see, 11. So it was probably around midnight, 1 o'clock our time. So there, what do they call that inner clock? Your inner clock.
Inner clock.
Is that? I know there's a different word for it, but yes. Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you thought that would kick in, and they were like, "Oh no, we're in new territory. Right. We're about to fuck shit up."
It's not 1 o'clock.
And then something happened, Michael.
Break it down.
These kids. First of all, I'm not allowed in the white room. Oh, none of us are allowed in the white room.
They got the white room
unless it's literally Christmas and we're opening up gifts.
And that's just for picture time.
Babies, run free. They went in that white room and went ham, throwing pillows, I don't even know what kind of fur this was. It was some type of animal. Peter would have hated it. I know that.
Right.
It
was real.
They just start flipping shit. And I'm looking at Grandma and Grandpa like, huh? And they like, and I'm like, this is what everybody told me about.
Yes, the power of grandchildren.
Exactly. I was like, oh, nobody would have been able to do this.
Yes.
Yeah. God, I'm having a great time just recapping all this, man, because it was that cool of a moment for me.
Yeah. That's what it's about, though. I love it.
Can we talk about what happened when I was gone with you guys?
when you say
he had to wipe his eyes for this one.
When you say you guys, what do you mean?
You and Rome, you know, the two other members of BTT Productions.
We did our damn thing.
You guys pod-podded.
Yeah, we held it down.
You guys held it down and had a great episode. I loved it.
Yeah.
It was the first time I haven't been on an episode.
Do we have two while you were gone or just one?
Two, one wasn't able to get put out. Only on audio, I believe.
I just did audio.
Yep.
That's right. Fuck that up.
But let me tell you on the pod,
Okay.
for the people, you guys are great.
Thank you, sir.
You guys did your thing.
We learn from the best. That don't mean that your ass can just dip though. Like you.
Okay, that's what I was alluding to. Like, so are you guys good? Can I just?
No.
I just want to show up.
No. Like me and Rome
From here on out?
Me and Rome are good having a couple episodes.
Okay.
You know, we can.
So I can't just show up anymore?
No, we just listen. We know how to do it without you now.
Which is cool.
But doesn't mean that we want to do it without you.
I told Kieran this. We were sitting around his brother's table, man. We were playing a card game. And, we were talking about the podcast. And, he's like, no, man, like you guys really leveled up. And I pay attention to you guys' progress. And I appreciate that, bro. Because that, too, for the people that don't really listen, and this might be your first time or only second time listening, Kieran McCann is the one that started me in podcasting, right. Lunatic Radio Show. And so, and that felt good coming from him, man, because he's a godfather in podcasting. You might not know him as much as you know the Joe Rogan and stuff, but Lunatic Radio Show was out before there was a thing called podcast.
Yeah,
it was internet radio.
It was internet radio.
And him and Rocket, shout out to Rocket too. And hearing that, I was like, man, that's great. And then I said, Kieran, let me tell you something, man. I got to apologize to you, and I want to tell you how much I love you. And he goes, what? What are you talking about? And I go, I used to just show up at the studio, alcohol in hand, ready to tear shit up. Let's get on this mic and talk shit. While you're in the middle of trying to produce a bunch of shit, I said, I have so much more respect for you now, and I'm an asshole. I'm a real asshole.
And shout out to Kieran, because Kieran, not to say you don't produce, but we have a lot of things that make things easier. When you showed me the boards and computers and that's production.
He's old school.
Yeah. We got buttons. We got machines now that does 90% of the work.
Yes.
All that shit that's on the screen with him and doing back in the day, he's doing that as you're live. You guys were live.
Yeah, we were doing all this live. The Lunatic Radio Show is a live radio show.
No editing.
It's not pre-recorded.
No. So he gets mad love for me because
love,
bro. I was struggling making sure that the mouse cursor was where it needed to be so I could switch cameras. And I was kind of like, oh shit, I'm in panic mode.
No, Kieran's whole setup is and I've showed you pictures before, but the people that don't know, the behind the scenes of Kieran's studio is he's got 4 screens going at once. And he's actually doing things that nobody else sees because he has live stuff. He'll put up a live clip. He'll put up, it's like watching CNN mixed with Joe Rogan and what Jamie's doing, right. But he's doing it all as he's hosting. That's why he's great at it. And here's the thing. We talked about this when we sat down. I go, because he goes, man, I want to pick your brain. He goes, because the thing is, I started so long ago, I'm still using the same equipment. He's like the Kevin Oliver of podcasting. He's still using equipment from 15 years ago because he knows it so well. And he's like, me and you literally have to sit down and we have to hash it out for a couple hours. And you need to break down everything that you did because you're putting out the same product with a lot less. He's like, so I'm going to sell off a lot of equipment. I'm going to downsize. And he wants to kind of get it kind of how we have. If we really wanted to, we can pack all this up in one duffel bag and we can go. We can be a podcast that can literally go anywhere we want, be a mobile podcast. And so that's what he's trying to get at too, because shout out to House of Comedy in Arizona, Scottsdale House of Comedy, Rick Bronson's House of Comedy in Scottsdale. Rick is a great guy, man. We know Rick. He's a business partner of Chris Italia's. We've been there many, many times. And so now he has this deal now where part of the contract for Chris Italia's comedians is when they come to Arizona.
I'm dying.
You need a hug?
No, I'm good.
Okay. As part of the, how you got to do radio stuff, part of it is they have to come to the Lunatic Radio Show.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, which is really, really cool. So he's getting to the point now where he's like, well, I can go set up at House of Comedy and Rick Bronson's House of Comedy and do everything from there. So him and Vlad got to hang out a lot right before I got there.
I've been checking him out.
I wanted to go hang out with him, but family time when we first got there, so I couldn't. But him and Vlad went out to dinner, and Vlad headlined the comedy show there. Vladimir Kamano, for people that don't know, Vladimir Kamano, go check him out. He is one of the funniest cats, man. His Dominican stories, bro, are ridiculous, man. He's a Dominican cat from the Bronx, and he is great. He's also been on him and Edie Falco had that show on one of the big networks. I don't remember if it was CBS or
I think
ABC or.
I might have caught something like that because I fell down the rabbit hole, the Vlad rabbit hole.
The Vlad rabbit hole. You can do it because he's so great.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
Vlad is awesome, man. I'm shouting a couple of comedians out from Arizona that we've met throughout our dealings. So Vlad is always a regular out there at House of Comedy in Arizona. He's from New York. That's where he's posted as in New York. But also Michael B. Dapper. If you guys don't know who Michael B. Dapper is, go check him out. You know the funny thing about Michael B. Dapper is he's not a big social media presence at all. When you see him on stage, though, you're like, how do you not have a Netflix special? Right. I mean, he's that type of brother, man. He is hilarious. Great dude, great energy. Shout out to Michael B. Dapper. And like I said, Rick Bronson, House of Comedy over there in Scottsdale. Great stuff. I'm going through the E-way and stuff, man. We're going through the 101 and the 202 loop and all this different stuff. And I'm going to these different places. And as I'm passing things, I'm like, I'm that guy because I'm that old now. Where I'm like, I'm leaning. Oh, that's where. Remember we was there when we did that. Oh man. And when we go past Scottsdale, we're going to Scottsdale. I'm like, like I hate Scottsdale. I don't like Scottsdale. I don't.
Tell me how you really feel.
Got too many pinkies up. Too many rich folks that know they're rich and they act too rich. But the one section of Scottsdale, which isn't like the main strip, Rick Bronson's is kind of off a little bit, and that little it's like it'd be like going to Levy's Commons, okay. Right? It's just a strip of some bars, some restaurants, some shopping. Boom, comedy club, right? Hotel. That little strip right there in Scottsdale, I would never have to leave that strip. I can be there for 3 days because they got everything.
That's your spot.
That's my spot, man. Hey, enough about me. What about you?
Bruh, I haven't experienced that. But since you were gone, I did put in my resignation at my job, and I'm starting a new job.
No, we're not doing that.
I'm just saying I'm starting a new job, so that's a new.
You're not having some DON or some administrator call me talking about, hey, I heard on your podcast, your brother.
Well, listen, when you give me the opportunity to say, Mike, would you love to just podcast full time and be able to support your family? I quit my job. I'm ready to go. So. You ready to start paying my salary or not yet? Or
who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? I'm waiting. I'm looking around. I'm like, oh, did somebody walk in the studio when I wasn't looking?
I thought that's why you were actually going to Arizona to plug me in with some connections, and I'm gonna move out to Arizona and just.
I'll plug in your laptop, bro.
Oh.
I'll give you some plugins, like a Elgato Stream Deck. Shout out Elgato Stream Deck. You know what I mean? Like something like that.
I'm saying all that to say that once I finish up.
Shout out Logitech StreamCam.
Sponsor.
Shout out Roadcast.
Sponsor.
Yeah.
I'm just saying all that to say that, once I'm finished with my current employment, then I go on vacation for.
Shout out to newer mic stands.
For 2 weeks, and
then
I'm good.
Okay. All right, everybody pause right now. Pause. Well, don't pause yet. So there's a song, Since You've Been Gone, by Kelly Clarkson.
When we sing it?
All right.
Since you've been gone.
Yes.
Okay.
In my mind, when I was gone, I was like, they're probably in the studio right now singing, Since You've Been Gone, I can't breathe for the first time. Like, I was like, oh, they're in there running amok. Dad's not there to tell them you can't do this and you can't do that. But then at the same time, I was thinking, wait a minute. Well, Roman's usually telling us what we can and can't say. You can't say that.
But as you heard from the podcast when you were gone,
yes,
we talked about money
Mm-hmm.
We talked about some politics.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we didn't really get into
religion.
religion.
Mayhem. No, but what was it? Mayhem, money,
music, money,
and mayhem.
Yeah,
you guys definitely got into music.
definitely.
You guys definitely got into money.
We didn't really get into too much mayhem. We talked
Not too much mayhem.
We talked a little politics. That's usually the mayhem. The mayhem portion of that was supposed to be politics. So we did do what you told us not to do. We don't care. You weren't here, and we put it out, and you can't take it back. Can you?
I have the power to, but
Damn,
I won't.
You do, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, you can.
But
I changed all your passwords.
that's fine. I can retrieve them all. They all go to my phone. Right. But I'll say this: you guys did a hell of a job, and you guys showed that I don't have to be here anymore. I can just walk in and jump on the mic, talk shit, and leave, which is great. Which is great for me.
I want you to do that.
But
me and Rome are so used to just doing that, just showing up and talking.
No, you guys just don't do that. But on the producing side of it, you guys can produce. And I know you guys produce. I always knew you guys could produce. You know what I mean? But, okay, for the people that don't know what we're alluding to right here is I'll be getting stuff together, and we love coming in here. Don't get it twisted. We love coming in here.
Facts.
And Mike and Rome are usually hype, and they're talking about something, and I can only halfway be in the conversation, and I'm so annoyed because they're talking to me, and I'm literally trying to figure something out, and I'm like, shut the fuck up for a second. I can't figure this out. Hold on. I need quiet silence. And
listen.
So I'm not. So listen. No, just so the people know, I'm not saying they don't come in here and that's all they do is crack open a beer and pot. It's a lot more things that they do than that. Trust me, they are part of the engine. I might be the engine sometimes, but we need wheels. We need somebody to throw the coal in the shits, right? But no, what I was saying is if you guys could do the producing part and the setup part, right? And I can just come in, and this is what I could do. I could say, guys, as soon as we hit record, I can go, hey guys, this is what we're going to talk about. We talked about it a little bit about it today. Mm-hmm. Hey, today we're bringing out boxing gloves. We're not talking boxing. We're talking about sports, religion, and politics. Ding, 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 and fuck a whole bunch of shit up, and then leave.
And let me tell you, that would be amazing. And I'd be.
Is that not a trifecta?
It would.
Of some mayhem.
And listen,
you guys didn't get to do mayhem,
and I love it. But let me tell you something. When you talk about how me and Rome come in here and we're having a podcast before the podcast,
85 conversations,
and you're bugging out. I was you. So I was trying to set the computer up. I was trying to make everything happen with my laptop because I didn't have your laptop. And Rome, it felt like Rome was here the whole time going, and I'm trying to concentrate. And finally, I remember going, listen, bruh, I can't get this camera to work. And Rome literally comes over and goes, you just got to put that here, do that right there.
Man.
And I'm like, oh, this nigga.
Rome, man. R-O, man. You know what? R-O, man. I'm going to tell you, bro, because we all know. I've been on your show before. You had a sports show, and you went live, and I've been on there, so I know you know how to do it.
But he
knows how to do it, and he actually is the only one in this room that went to school.
Yes. He did.
For this type of stuff.
He helped me troubleshoot, like, real quick. Like, I knew how to do it because I had been YouTubing for a week and a half. Trying to figure everything out, but it's different when you're setting it up at your house, and you don't have all this, right?
Right.
So it's like now I know the concept, I know what I need to do. Now I just got to plug stuff in and figure out now what do I really do, and I was struggling, and his ass came in real quick. Well, just grab a capture image and blah 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 and switch to this camera. That's a Logitech. I'm like, this motherfucker here.
Yeah.
But I still love him.
Hey, Rome ain't here to tell us that we can't say motherfucker. But, hey, when you describe it a motherfucker, sometimes you got to say motherfucker when you describe it a motherfucker. What's that movie? Is it Ride? With there's a bunch of people in this movie, but the bus drivers was Cedric the Entertainer and John Witherspoon. He's like, I hate to call a motherfucker when you describe it a motherfucker, but he's a bad motherfucker.
There you go. That's my man. Shout out Rome. Where you at?
Man, I really wanted him to be here, and I know how bad he really wanted to be here today too for the crew getting back together. Yeah,
that's all right because we're all gonna be together in the next week or so for the Christmas special.
Christmas special.
We doing the jump off.
Big Christmas special. We are gonna do it, man.
Bring the tree up.
I'm bringing the tree back.
Ooh.
I'm bringing the tree back. I will say this. I'm bringing most of the people back from last year's Christmas with a full cast of more people. Last year's Christmas, we did it at Studio A, i.e., what do you say? I.e., my house.
Right.
And we can only do so much. And it was COVID time. We had to take COVID tests just to come in the house. Like, there was a lot going on. You know what I mean? And, yeah, that was last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was last year. That was the last time we recorded at Studio A.
Yeah.
That was the last one because we moved in here.
Yep.
So we got a lot of cool people coming for you guys. And should I give them the teaser? Should I tell them who it is?
Not yet.
Okay. But yeah, so it'll be dope, man. It'll be dope. And man, I thinking about it, I almost spilled some beans again. I was about to say something about some folks, but anyway, before we even speaking of Christmas, one more time. The toy drive, the co-op toy drive. Let's fill the truck. Shout out to Deb Stelgrave. We're going to be at what's in the bottom here. Deb's Florida Designs. Shout out to her for putting it together. And
everybody's doing one truck. We're shooting for 2+.
Tino said we're shooting for 4. Or no, Tino said we're shooting for 2. Deb said, well, why not 4? I said, oh shit.
Well, damn.
I would love it.
Let's go.
I hope we have a.
That's what we do.
What I'm hoping for is this
Stand up, Monroe.
I'm hoping for this problem. I'm hoping that we have to actually like phone a friend and go, hey, like we need another truck.
Right. Can you?
Hey, Jake, can you bring your truck? Can you bring your trailer? Shout out to Jake's Lawn Service. Can you bring one of your lawn trailers? We have to have. We can't fit all these toys. We can't fit all these non-perishables.
Hopefully, we can just call U-Haul up. And be like, we need 4 more. Let's
go.
I'm
talking about like they used to run the Sinaloa cartel over the border. Is that too much?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That was too. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking
Tunnels
about.
And,
I don't know.
Nope. That was the Arizona. See, I was just in Arizona. You know what I mean? I thought I was messing with one of my people's over there in Nogales. You know what Nogales is?
I heard of it.
It's a border town. So where half of Nogales is in Mexico, half of Nogales is in the States.
But I've never been there. I've never done anything there. I've never partaken.
It's a great place. It's a great place because you can get anything. If your insurance tells you, hey, you haven't met your deductible, so this is going to be $600-700. You can say, hey, hold that thought. Let me make this 2-hour trip down to Nogales.
You can get it for like $12.
Bro, you bring $20.
Shit.
You bring $20.
You get an MRI
and a pair of Jordans. You can get a whole new set of Frams, a whole new set of teeth.
Say dental plan is straight.
You know what's crazy? I did hear these. I've been hearing these stories a lot lately of people that are like organ snatchers. So people go down to Mexico and they'll get like, booty implants or breast implants because it's so cheap there. People go down there to do dental work and stuff like that all the time. Like I know a lot of people in Arizona, they go there and get their dental work done because it's $100-200 out the door.
For real?
Yeah, it's crazy because I mean it's not like they're doing it in some barrio and some hut. Like they have hospitals and stuff there. It's just everything's cheaper. Our dollar goes a lot longer there.
Well, damn.
But what started happening was people was going down there for surgeries would have to get put under, and they would wake up, and their booty would be whatever, or their breast implants, or men with calf implants, whatever, right?
It'd be on point. But they missing a kidney?
2 weeks later, they're like, when I'm feeling sick. And they'll keep feeling sick and they'll keep getting worse and worse. And they'll finally go to a doctor and they'll be like, you're missing an organ. Bro, no, people have died.
No shit.
Look this up, bro.
Like you're serious.
Bro, look this up. It's a real phenomenon. Like it's a real thing that has been happening a lot more and more since. Because think about it, in the last 10 years.
I'm staying in Michigan.
In the last 10 years, plastic surgery. It's through the roof. Everybody's getting implants.
Can I get a Brazilian butt lift?
I'll tell you what you can do. If you wanted to if you want to go down there and get liposuction, they'll make you a lot less weight than you are.
They do the skin trim and all that?
What I'm saying is you might not have a liver.
I need that.
You might not have a kidney. One of your kidneys might be gone. You might be like, man, I can't really breathe that good. Half your lungs gone. I'm just saying, you'll lose weight all right.
Damn.
You just don't know where you're going to lose it at.
I'm like, I don't understand why I'm 50 pounds lighter, but I'm still fat as hell.
Fucked around and lost a leg because they built a real person's prosthetic leg. They cut off a person's leg like a taxidermy. They stuffed it and then gave it to somebody else. Peg leg Joe over here.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, man. Wouldn't that be something you see somebody in Mexico walking around with your foot?
like
I know them corns. You can't hide them bunions from me. I know my bunions.
Be like, damn, didn't I used to have that same cross tattoo on my toe. Like
hey, still got. Hey, they take your hand. Still got your wedding ring on there.
My wedding ring.
You know what I mean? Mexico's a bad motherfucker, boy.
I'm gonna leave Mexico.
Oh my God! But I gotta tell you,
you got me dying.
Oh, I gotta tell you.
Now, as I can think about it, is body snatchers and organ snatchers and.
I gotta tell you.
Oh shit!
I gotta tell you. So we're at Grandma and Grandpa's house. They love cooking. They love, they just love being grandparents. That's what grandparents do. You know what I mean? Are you fed? I'm talking about breakfast. Dude, Grandma's like, we got muffins and waffles. I can make some pancakes and some bacon and just go. And it's like, I just want a cup of coffee. Grandma, don't do all that. I just want a cup of coffee.
I need some Cheerios and some coffee.
I love it.
Straight.
Don't get me wrong. I love it. And we ate good every night, home cooked meals. But I used to live in Arizona. There's things that are delicacies that I miss. So one day, I just hopped in Grandma's lap. And I said, hey, I'll be back. The girls was napping. I said, I'll be back. I went over there to Backyard Taco.
I was gonna say, you got you a burrito or something, didn't you?
I got me some barbacoa, some carne asada, some pollo asada.
Some real shit.
Oh, I got 2 drinks because I had to get the Jamaican and I had to get the horchata. Oh, my God. I was in heaven. I mean, it didn't do my stomach right because I was... Because, when you don't eat that all that stuff all the time.
For the rest of the day?
No, but the next day. It usually takes about a day. And when you're not used to it, you know what I mean? But... So I go out there
But it was worth it.
Oh, it was well worth it. I sat there by myself, you know what I mean? I actually talked to the girl because it's grown since I've been there. Okay, so when I first moved there, Sam went to work. Sam's dad was at work. We hadn't moved into our condo yet. We were at her dad's house for about a week before our place was ready. So during the day, I wasn't working yet. I didn't start work for like another week and a half. So the first day the first day I rested because I drove by myself the second time.
Right.
So, and that takes a lot out of you. That's 30-something hours of driving. So the second day, everybody's gone. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go drive around the city.
I'm going to go with experience.
I start driving down, I think it's Baseline, coming up on Staple. I don't know these roads, but back then, right? I'm on GPS just to make sure I can get back.
Right.
But I remember going down what I know now is Baseline, and I I got the windows down, and I'm smelling. And I'm in the Barrio. I keep getting further and further East Mesa. I'm like, dude, I'm in the Barrio. I'm in the hood. But I just keep smelling these smells. And I'm like, oh my God, where's that coming from?
It was pulling you in.
It was pulling me in. Exactly. So all of a sudden, I look to the left, and it said, big sign on the corner said Backyard Taco. And I just, went in there. I'm like, this is where the smell's coming from. I'm going to check this out. It ended up being, which I didn't know, this is the first restaurant I stumbled upon. It ended up being one of the best taco, burrito, authentic Mexican joints, street foods in Arizona, and I had no clue. Well, since then, they have blown up a little bit. So when I went there, I'm thinking I'm going to walk in because everything used to be in Spanish. And, I'm light-skinned, so they just start talking to me in Spanish.
Right.
So I'm thinking I'm getting that same feel. Oh, they cleaned it up. A lot of white folks in there. And I'm like, oh, this shit better not taste like Taco Bell. Like they better not gentrify my backyard taco.
They gentrified your restaurant, bro?
I start kicking it with the girl behind the counter. I said, hey, things are a little bit different. I ain't been here in about 4 years. Things are a little bit different. And she starts laughing. She knows exactly what I'm talking about. And I order in Spanish. And she goes, but she knows I don't speak Spanish. She just knows when I'm ordering something. You know what I mean? She can tell that. And she's like, yeah. She's looking around. She's like, but everything tastes the same. I'm like, that's all I needed to hear. Boy, was she right.
Let's go.
Because that homemade horchata drink, you know what horchata is? Oh my! Oh yeah. Why am I asking you? You know. You damn near grew up in Mexico, man. Shout out to no, for real. Shout out to our Mexican compadres, man.
I don't know about that. I don't know what grew up in Mexico, but
well, you drank with them.
You
drink a lot with them. Actually, you drank with them last weekend. I seen them.
Facts.
I seen pictures.
The Madrigals.
The Madrigals.
I can't roll the R's like they do. But.
Oh my God! I can't watch. And I love Encanto. My kids love Encanto. I can't watch Encanto without thinking about her.
Oh,
because she's a Madrigal.
Mm-hmm.
Is the family Madrigal?
I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. Wow, you're slipping. You're tripping. Yeah, man.
That's
the
wild.
good food. And then so I'm not even done. That's not even it. So I'm eating, you know what I mean? 3 different types. I got the barbacoa, I got the pollo asada, I got the carne asada, right? You know what I mean? I got every fucking sauce because I'm gonna dip every bite in a different sauce because it's all I'm burning, my lips are burning, I don't care.
Don't give a shit.
Don't give a shit. I'm drinking too. People are looking at me crazy. I got a Jamaican and I got an horchata. When my mouth is burning, I drink the horchata. It's rice milk, so it can soothe it a little bit.
Right.
My Jamaican is quenching my thirst. Bro, I got this down to a science. I've been doing it enough.
Did you say that? Did you just say quenching your thirst?
Quenching my thirst. Jamaican.
But you didn't say it like that. You almost said a Jamaican.
Maybe I did because I was talking about the Jamaican joint. Come on. This is how fat I am. I leave there. I say, you know what? I'm gonna go see if Rico's at the gym. So I drive down there. I don't see anybody in the gym that I recognize. Los Favoritos. Papa Chevos and Los Favoritos is the same thing. Los Favoritos is right around the corner. I just got done eating backyard taco. What do I do?
Don't tell me you stopped, bro.
I got carne asada fries. Fries.
Then your asshole fell out. Is that the end of the story? Then your asshole fell out. Because it should have.
What's that from? What movie is that from? Then your asshole just fall right out. Oh my God!
Bruh,
yes,
I have to say
that was the next thing.
That is a fat person's. You're not fat,
Bro, I wasn't hungry at all.
but that's a
I knew.
fat person's moment right there.
What that is somebody to really think about. If you couldn't have barbecue for 4 years, like a real good barbecue. Say there was a law where you couldn't cook barbecue here.
Right.
It was a prohibition of barbecue.
Okay.
But you can go to some other state that's across the country, literally, that you haven't been to in years, right? Oh. And then you go, and then there's just every corner is a barbecue joint. You're gonna go crazy. It's not about being hungry anymore. It's about I miss that taste. I miss that taste. I miss that. I went to Carolina. So I eat. It's carne asada. It's fries, carne asada on top. You know, you got your pico, your cilantro, all this different stuff. It's just amazing.
Just real shit.
Just amazing, right? Cheese, the whole.
Except for the fries.
No, it's California style. It's that's where the potatoes come in. Fries. Anyway, yeah, no, I drive past. We're going through my old neighborhood I used to live in, and Carolinas is right there. And Sam goes, "Are you really looking at that Carolinas?" This is 2 hours later, and I'm like, "It's Carolinas." Or I'm sorry, Carolinas. She's like, "But you just told me that you ate," and I was ready to stop there, and she didn't let me stop.
She reeled you back in.
Oh my God.
She's like, "If you eat this, you're gonna die."
I probably would have.
She saved your life. Sam,
I'll put it like this: if it wasn't for my kids, I would have took the risk, bro. I would have took the risk. You know?
Oh, I love it. I love it. That is crazy as hell, man. Like your stories, man. I'm like, I got it.
Oh, they soliloquies. I'm sorry.
I got to fucking go to Arizona with TJ now. I got to starve myself for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Now I got to go eat because I love to eat. That's the thing. I love to eat. I don't eat a lot, but I love flavors. I got that from moms.
Yeah. The flavors, man. The flavors. And you know what? When you're in different smells, you know how they're like you're in a different state, and so smells. Just summertime smells different than wintertime, right? Mm-hmm. Fall smells different than spring.
Yep.
Okay, state to state, we're in the Midwest right now. You go to the desert, there's a different smell. When you smell that smell, things start when you're fat like us, your taste buds start going, oh, I remember this smell. Mm-hmm. I remember this feel. I remember this weather.
Yep.
That's what you allude to.
Yep.
It's your palate. Yeah, I mean, your palate's a motherfucker, man. I hate to talk about a motherfucker when you're talking about a motherfucker, you're describing a motherfucker, but your palate's a motherfucker.
It's a motherfucker.
Your palate, bro. Your palate? How does that taste?
Delicious.
How you like them apples?
Vanilla.
Vanilla apples?
Coffee. Beer. Shout out to Atwater Brewery.
Hey, can we get $1?
Vanilla Java Porter.
Can we get $1?
Just $5.
Can you just send a 6-pack?
There you go. Man, let's get ready to get up out of here. Because we can,
yeah,
you got me thinking about food and shit. Now I'm ready.
We can have a
look,
whole...
It's late and I'm about to take my ass home and eat.
You know what we should do? We should have, comment, DM, all this different stuff. We didn't do our second A at the barbecue. We didn't do our second barbecue show.
We didn't.
I think that's something that we need to do.
You know what?
I think we need to do that annually. Every May,
check this out.
We'll do a barbecue show.
Our first show was the barbecue show.
It sure was.
Right? And that was that in May?
April.
I'm going to mark my calendar.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Annual barbecue show.
Yes.
Listen, the way you killed it tonight, shit, we might just become a food podcast. What did you eat yesterday? You know, and that's all we talk about.
Bro,
what we ate for the last week.
We got to talk to the landlords in this building. We can get a kitchen in this joint. Ooh. Oh my God, could you imagine grilling with Welly coming here?
Bro, you bring
grilling with Welly. Shout out to Alex Wellhouse.
Bring the Traeger up here. Put it right here in the corner. we can open the windows.
We can do a little funnel outside.
Let's go.
We're on a corner. A corner. We have 18 windows.
Until they tell us we can't, we can.
I like where your head's at.
Let's go.
Shout out to Grilling with Welly. Shout out to Alex Wellhouse.
We can bring like AKA, 15 of the big George Foremans.
Hold on. I got to shout out Alex Wellhouse.
Shout him out.
Because he bought me a few drinks the other night. I'm sorry, this might not be a BTT plug, but it was my plug. Because shout out to Alex Wellhouse. And you guys have seen him on the Christmas podcast last year.
He'll be back.
Christmas special. So it's Alex Wellhausen, a.k.a. the best beer league hockey player in the world.
Facts.
A.k.a. Mr. Grilling with Welly.
Facts.
A.k.a. your favorite bartender.
True.
A.k.a. probably the most handsome devil on this earth.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
Let's go.
A lot of people say it, though. Man, yeah, you're right. Let's get out of here because I haven't been here in so long. I'm sorry. I'm making the podcast way longer than it needs to be because I haven't been here. And, you know, of course.
And I thought to myself for a minute, I was just going to get up and leave. And I figured you'd probably still be podding here by yourself.
I would. You know what? I feel like my podding and my talking today on here is like how when I talk to Dad on speakerphone when I'm doing stuff around the house.
Okay.
I can go into another room because I have to grab something, do something real quick, and come back. He doesn't skip a beat. There's not anything. You know what I mean?
That's facts.
Shout out to Bro Black.
That's facts.
Big shout out. Bro Black, our father, Mike Madison.
Yeah.
Man, he helped us out for that boxing event. He worked the door. And he was like, this is not in a bad way at all. He was like the best like Walmart type of greeter. Like everybody, that was one of the best. Everybody talked about. Seriously, I'm not bullshitting. From the Harringtons, you know what I mean? From, you know, Vincent's Hot Dog and Trappers and Sandbar. From the Harringtons to, you know, one of the little kids that always run around AOCC, you know what I mean? And everybody in between. They all said they loved that the first person they seen when they walked in the door before they even got into the gym was Coach Madison. And he got a chance to he loved helping out and volunteering to help out because he got to see everybody. He literally got to, because it's one way in, he literally got to see every single person that came to that event.
Yeah.
Sporting event. Shameless plug. Go back and listen to Growing Up Sports, which was one of our podcasts. It was titled Growing Up Sports. Go back and listen to that. We talk about him and we talk about a lot of these different things and the events. Yeah. All right. I see you over there, man. You got to get home. I know things are blowing up. Your phone's blowing up. Both your work phones are blowing up. Your dope boy phone's blowing up. I don't know how you do it all, but. Oh, did I say too much?
I do a lot of cocaine.
You
can't say that.
You can't say that. Shout out to Shit Gets Deep podcast. Matt Tyner. Sarah from Matt Tyner's sister from Alan Chevrolet. Shout out to Alan Chevrolet. We were just talking about Matt because we were at IWR. And yeah, Matt always, every time I see him, man, he always brings that up. You can't say, anytime I bring up Rome's, you can't say that.
That is Rome's defining moment.
One more shout out before we leave.
Let's go.
Woodrow Hoffer and Planting Seeds.
Woody.
I got a chance to talk to him right when I got back, and things are in full swing for Planting Seeds for next summer. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the freaking guy. He is making the city so beautiful, and it's going to be even more beautiful. Also, we have something special coming up in 2023. He will be a part of our studios, and we're putting on a show that he's going to be a part of. So Woodrow Hoffer, Planting Seeds, yeah, shout out to them.
For sure.
You got some shout outs?
Oh, shout out to Nina's. Huh?
Nina Chic Boutique.
Yes, definitely.
I'm sorry. I'm stepping over your toes. I haven't been here in so long. I just want to shout out all these people out.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Nina Chic Boutique. Right now, she is in her element. People, if you need a custom Christmas gift for any loved one, hit her up on Facebook, Nina Chic Boutique. She's got a lot of things jumping off. She has a little something for everybody, so check her out. Also, Stitched by Jamel Xavier. Jamel Xavier is no vowels. He is a damn superstar in my eyes because he brought my jacket. My jacket's fire.
It's fire.
It's fire.
It's fire.
But he does amazing work, man. And he takes his time, and it's crazy. I don't know if I told you this. Like, he literally did like 3, I think, hoodies, like on old hoodies, wasted material because he wanted to make sure the puff of the leather was correct.
You got a bad motherfucker.
And I'm like, that's my son. I love that guy.
Man,
Like
we got to give him the horns, man.
Facts. And the jacket came out dope. It's perfect. And I'm trying to think of, I know he's got his Etsy store, and I know he has a couple. Stitched by Jamel Xavier. Once again, Jamel Xavier is no vowels. So hit him up. Yeah.
You know who really supports him a lot is Morgan Sandcrant. I probably butcher her last name, Morgan Sandcrant. Her husband is Chumps. Remember we were at Monroe Pop Fest.
Yep.
We talked to him.
Yeah.
Chumps Customs. Shout out to them, man. We got to reach out to them because I really want to have them on the show, and I've been gone for a while. But first part of 2023, Chumps, I'm shouting you out, dog.
Yeah, I'm in
Chumps Customs.
I'm in the process of creating an idea in my head. He's gonna do some shoes for me.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yes.
I got ideas in my head. I'm gonna tell him. Basically, he was like, "You tell me your ideas, I'll make it happen."
Yeah, their family, man, really support. Like they've always supported Jamel's stuff, and I love it, man. Shout out Jamel.
Yeah,
Awesome nephew.
he'll be home for Christmas.
I got it, man. I was so happy to see him Thanksgiving. I mean, not Thanksgiving, Halloween.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah, and if you're in the Tennessee area, I got to shout out 6 Blessings Cafe. Stop by, check them out, Google them, do what you got to do. It's dope. Peace.
Oh, abruptly. Oh, that's not good. So I am your boy TJ, the mayor.
And I am DJ Big Mike.
And this has been another episode of Beyond the Tracks podcast. Shout out to our other co-host, the infamous R-Ro, Rome. Almost said his last name. I don't know if he wants the government knowing all that. Anyway, yeah, so thank y'all for tuning in one more time. Good to see you, good brother. It's good to be back.
Great to see you, brother.
A lot of cool things coming. And we will be back with a Christmas special coming up in a couple of weeks. Also, don't forget the toy drive that we're doing on Wednesday, December 7th from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. at Deb's Floral Designs. So with that being said,
we out.
We out.
Peace.
Peace.
Talk.